BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for all your sports betting action. Baseball season is in full swing, and we're into the home stretch for NBA and NHL playoffs. And there's more ways to stay in on the action with the latest odds, news and scores, even live in-game betting while the games are being played. With the largest selection of odds on everything from the MLB, NHL, and UFC. And in between games, head over to the BetOnline Casino. All the top Vegas-style games, including poker and live casino action. So BetOnline, the game starts here.
Let me ask you another question, Rich. Do you think that any of the problems that you've had before with drinking or whatever the fuck it was is the reason that, because I thought the AEW thing was really weird. I remember they suspended you, right? And then
for
they
TNA,
waited.
yes,
TNA.
sir.
Yeah, for TNA. Then they waited. What did I say?
AEW. Don't matter.
I'm sorry. Yeah, Impact. They suspended you, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And then they waited like a grip of months before they released you.
Yeah,
which was very weird. Yeah.
So this is the thing. Like, I wasn't released. The thing was, I got suspended and everything like that. And afterwards, I didn't hear anything from the management. But what I had found out was, later, basically the management was being shuffled around, and the guys that I had dealt with when, they told me the 30-day suspension, and afterwards, we would talk about my contract because it was coming up at the end of that December, and it was going to be a rollover decision on if they would want to keep me for one more year, or, if, I wanted to leave or anything like that. And it was going to be a bump in pay. But the one thing that I was told by the person that was released from Impact was that, they were switching the way that they were doing their business and their contracts and models, and they didn't want to have anybody on a guaranteed contract. So
Well, it's hard for me to believe that they don't have anybody under guaranteed contract.
It's like, right. But at the same token, I'm somebody that's going to take responsibility for my actions and for myself. Right. As a company, you don't want to have somebody that, has on their, has a stain. Oh, he's being arrested, the alcohol and everything.
Let me ask you a question, Rich, and
yes,
I love you to death. 100%. Why would you be driving DUI and not taking Uber?
Oh, so no, I did not drive.
Okay. Oh, so if you're a passenger and you're drunk, you get.
So technically, literally, what happened? I was coming back from a party, and I went into my next. I tried to get into what I thought was my house, but it was my next door's neighbor's house.
Right.
We've done that both.
Oh God, that happened. We had a party at my house when I was young in high school, and somebody tried to do that next door, and they called the cops. The guy was drunk.
Bro, here's the worst one. Bro, here's the worst one, Richard. This has happened to me a couple of times. Yeah. Where I knock on the wrong door and they open. Yeah. And we both get scared.
Yeah. And well, so my neighbor pulled out the gun on me.
Wow. And he didn't recognize you?
Well, so no, he did. Because I'm trying to get into the house.
Right.
And
he thinks maybe you're breaking in.
Yeah. And I don't hear anybody from the other side. And then as soon as they open up the door, he's got it to my dome. He's like, oh, Rich. Oh, man, you're hammered, bro. But so what had happened beforehand, I get dropped off, and the apartment complex that I had lived in, it was gated. So the Uber just dropped me off at the gate, and I was looking for my keys. I'm doing the whole gimmick, you know what I'm saying? And freaking, I finally find my key for that gate, and then I open up that gate. But so as I'm looking for my keys, there's some, lady in the neighborhood. And this at the time, you know what I'm saying? I'm slobbering, I'm all hammered. Right. I got my dreads all not done and everything like that. It's at night. And this lady, she thinks that I don't live in the neighborhood. So she calls the cops. You know what I'm saying? And but she calls the cops, and friggin', and then it doesn't, look good on me that I'm trying to get into another house, but it's right next to my apartment.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
but I'm glad you told the story because I didn't know it, and I'm sure a lot of our listeners didn't know it. But the one thing I hope, dude, because I've been around you quite a bit, you're very professional. You're always over with the people. I was super happy because at one time they gave you the belt, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Bro, that was so long overdue. I wish I would have been in a promotion that day to hug you. But anyways, and you're a good person to have in the locker room. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And, I've worked way too hard to, get other stains off of me. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Bro, nobody's perfect. Everybody fucks up. You just got caught. That's all there is to it.
Exactly.
Right.
Well, so and like the the officer comes around and he says, but I know you're right by your door, but we've got to arrest you for intoxication in public.
That sucks.
So, that's
right at your door too.
Yeah,
right.
That's that's like, but I'm here to say that was the greatest thing that could have ever happened to me, because I'm now almost next month will be a year I'll be sober.
Bro, thank the Lord.
I'm saying I'm in the best shape of my life.
Bro, let me ask you a question. Rich,
yes,
I don't see, obviously I don't see every fucking show that's out there, but a lot come across my way. I don't really see you wrestling anywhere.
Yeah. I'm doing a lot of independence. I'm doing like wrestling. Yes, sir. I'm doing Wrestling Revolver, Game Changer, Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling.
Oh, I did see you announced in Game Changer. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Rich, are you gonna work for a Battleground again in Philly?
So I am going to be working for them. I'm not going to be at their next show.
Yeah, right.
I'm going to be at Creator Pro, which is Brian Meyer's company.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of indie work out there, it sounds like.
Oh, yeah. There's
man, I'm so happy for you, Rich.
Yes, sir.
What do you got? You got the show coming up in June and for Wrestling Revolver. Want to talk about that?
Yes, sir.
Sammy Callahan's company, right?
Yes, sir. Sammy Callahan's promotion is Wrestling Revolver, and we're doing a very, very big cage match. Myself, and he used to go by the Monster Hunter, but it's Matthew Palmer, and we are going to do some things that, you know what I'm saying, I never thought I'd be doing. A little bit of barbed wire, a little bit of high platforms, some scaffolds, and it's led to this. So
that's good, man. Sammy's a friend of the show.
Yeah.
Sammy's a friend of the show. So if you're in the area, go check that out. And shouts out to Sammy too.
Does that stream? Does that stream or anything, Rich? That you
yes, indeed. It's gonna be on Triller TV, baby.
There you go.
That's cool. The Triller.
Triller night.
You mentioned GCW. Is that like just a few shows, or are you like a regular on their calendar?
I'd say I'm pretty much a regular. I'm there like every other show.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like they've got a lot of shows, a lot of dates, and they tour a lot of places. GCW.
Yeah, I know. I couldn't believe it. He had the shirt, and I was looking at the back of the shirt, and I could not believe how many places they went to and internationally.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Brett's a good guy, bro, so I'm happy for him.
Yes, indeed.
And they got that good deal in Atlantic City, too, where they run the casino like a few times a year, Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Another place that is really starting to pop off is a House of Glory. They're really starting to kill it.
Isn't that the one where Amazing Red and the Spanish Fly, or what was their name?
Yep. Amazing Red and Brian XL.
Yeah, Spanish announce team.
Yep. I'm not sure if the SATs have anything to do with it anymore.
Okay.
But I know that House of Glory, I just did a show with them in Chicago at Logan Square, and it was
they do Chicago now? I thought they only did New York.
They've been doing they've got New York on lock. That's their spot. They got that spot in Jamaica on lock. They've been doing Texas. They've been doing Chicago.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. They've been doing.
Bro, that's good to hear.
Yeah, and
because there's a lot of people that need work. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. And like I said, there's a lot of places popping off.
Wow, that's great.
Ethan Page's promotion.
What's that called?
It's called Alpha One in Canada. That place is popping
Where in
off.
Canada? Windsor? No.
Toronto, Mississauga area.
Bro, how great is Toronto? One of the
Oh,
most underrated cities in the world.
it's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I also just got back from Ireland,
Right.
which I'd say is another very underrated spot for wrestling.
1000%.
Like the people there,
They're
the wrestlers,
passionate.
oh, they're so passionate. They love it. You know what I mean? Like, and the place there was packed. It used to be Fergal Devitt, Prince Devitt's school. What's his
Really? Yeah.
Fed Balor, yeah.
Right.
Right. Yeah, it used to be his
How
school.
funny is that when you're used to calling somebody something for so long that you forget their new name?
Yeah.
Their new name's been around for like 8 years, right?
Yeah.
Right.
I'm so used to calling him Big Bird. Big Bird.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, wrestling right now is just on point. I love it.
That's really good. Because you were really doing good work with Francis, bro, with that first class.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
What was the saying that he had? Because I told him I thought I had a better saying. If you're not in first class, what was it?
If you ain't first class, you're last.
Okay. I thought he should have said, if you're not in first class, you have no class. Boom.
Okay. Yeah, I like that one. I like that one.
Yeah.
You already know.
Yeah. And you were doing great. You were doing great work because it was like another type of character, you know, and you showed another dimension of yourself. So I was really digging it. Plus, you know, AJ's good on the mic, you know.
Yes, indeed.
And
He's one guy that I feel like in the back, people, you know what I mean, they give him the side eye. But if I could just be, 100 for a minute.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He's somebody that I think could be a world champion that I think, you know what I'm saying, he really does get this business.
What happened is that he had some sort of heat backstage, probably for being outspoken, right? And it didn't help when he fell on that tope, because now he was being ridiculed by everybody, bro.
I hear that for sure.
Yeah. He's talented as fuck. Bro, he was doing these videos that me and Disco and Joe really liked, where after he left WWE, he was kind of playing like a Suge Knight type of character, Rick Ross type of character. And he was doing raps, and I was like, wow, this guy's really talented.
Yeah, he's really off the top, man. Like, like really, like anything, you know what I'm saying, that like he thinks of, he'll be a pop. You know what I'm saying? But
and I'll tell you what, that kid that's with him, he's doing a good job.
Casey Navarro, I've known him since he first started as well. And me and him, we just got to wrestle on Homicide's last show on his retirement show.
Right.
And bro, like he's another level. He's somebody that I feel like if he came out back in the day, you know what I'm saying, like he would get it. You know, he would really.
Do you know where he's from?
He's from like the New York area, and he also lived out in Florida as well. That's where I met him.
I think he told me he was Cuban, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah. He's either Cuban or Puerto Rican. He's one of the two.
Right.
Yeah. He'd be going off. He's on point.
Yo, what's up? I just want to thank you guys for watching this clip. Don't forget to hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And join our YouTube membership for hours and hours of exclusive, unedited, uncensored content. And being a member will help you get involved in our upcoming live streams. Thank you for your support. Thank you for riding with us. I know you got a lot of other podcast choices, be it wrestling or other ones. And thank you for picking us. Boom.